now we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.
Welcome to our news hour in English. I am Marwan Kadra and I will be with you during this news hour from Radio Free Syria. We will start with the headlines. The local coordination committees in Syria. By the end of Thursday, the total number of marchers in Syria was reported as 98 marchers, including 4 women and 5 children, and 80 marchers on the Tocha. 35 marches were reported in Damascus and its suburb, 33 in Aleppo, 9 in Hama, 8 in Daraa, 6 in Idlib, 4 in Deir ez-Zor, and 1 march in each of Quneitra, Homs, and Latakia. The FSA clashed with the regime army in 94 points, in which they targeted regime forces aggregation in Qasioun Mountain, Damascus, and shelled Shabiha's camp and brakes factory using several bombs in An-Nairab in Idlib. They also thwarted a military convoy that was coming towards Idlib. In Aleppo, the FSA moved towards Sab'a Bahrat area after the intense clashes with the regime forces and targeted a car that belongs to the regime. Also, between Naba al-Sakhar and Mashara and Quneitra, there were heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces. They also destroyed several machineries and tanks that belongs to the regime forces in several cities in Syria. We will start this time from Damascus. Heavy explosions have been heard near to the military tank base east of Jober neighborhood. Meanwhile, heavy bombardments on the neighborhoods of Al-Asali and Al-Madaniya and Al-Sbaina. Moving to the suburbs of Damascus, more military convoys were on their way to the city of Daraya as they used the southern ring road. Meanwhile, heavy shelling on Ma'adamit al-Sham as the Assad forces have used mortars and rocket launchers. In Aleppo, heavy shelling on the village of Tell Shreib in Aleppo's countryside as the Assad forces are using heavy artillery. Several mortars have been dropped on Marj Dabigh, also in Aleppo's countryside. Meanwhile, the Assad forces have executed 72 civilians in the village of Al-Malikiya in the southern area of Aleppo's countryside. In Hama, 3 explosions have been heard in Halfaya as the Assad forces have shelled the southern countryside of the city by using rocket launchers and heavy artillery. Moreover, heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces near to the village of Srayhin and Al-Jnan. Moving to the province of Idlib, the FSA has addressed the attack of the regime forces on the village of Haish as they were able to destroy a tank and kill dozens of soldiers who are loyal to the regime. On the other hand, heavy shelling on the village of Iblin as also the village of Ma'arat Masrin have been also under heavy attack. In Homs, heavy shelling on the old neighborhoods of Homs as heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces have been heard. Heavy shelling from tanks also on the cities of Talbisa and Al-Hola in Homs countryside. To Daraa now, heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces in the neighborhood of Daraa al-Balad as the Assad forces have hit the area with mortars. Moreover, heavy shelling with tanks on the city of Mayadin as they used heavy artillery and tanks to shell the area. Moving to the general news now, according to Reuters, Russia said on Friday that decisions made at a Friend of Syria meeting in Rome, at which Western and Arab states pledged aid for Syrian rebels, would embolden President Bashar al-Assad foes seeking his overthrow. Foreign Minister spokesman Alexander Lukashevich said rebel attempts to topple Assad would inevitably cause suffering among civilians in Syria, where more than 70,000 people have been killed in a nearly 2-year-old conflict. Decisions taken in Rome, as well as declarations voiced there in letter and spirit, directly encourage extremists to seek the seizure of power by force, he said in a statement. After the Friends of Syria meeting on Thursday, the United States said it would give non-lethal aid directly to rebels for the first time and would more than double its support to Syrian civilians opposition, but Western powers did not offer weapons at all. Russia said it is not propping up Assad but has shielded him by blocking UN Security Council resolutions aimed to put pressure on him to end bloodshed and by insisting that his exit from power must not be a precondition for a negotiated solution. On Thursday, President Vladimir Putin courteously welcomed French President François Hollande's proposal that dialogue on Syria be broadened to bring in parties that could act as negotiators between Assad and opposition rebels. This was it for today. Thank you very much for listening. I am Marwan Kadro, along with me, Executive Manager Islam Al-Idilbi. Please follow us on freesyriaradio.webs.com. You can also reach us through Skype on Syrian Free 42. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Right now, we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.